just surreal. Just an unbelievable game by both teams. Both teams fought extremely hard, just the way we did 2 weeks ago when we went into triple overtime. Very low scoring game, but both teams really make their money off of their defensive effort. And, tough that somebody had to lose, but I'm glad that we finished on top. And I'm just so happy for this program, so happy for these young women sitting up here to be picked 11th. To be picked 11th, and now we're going to the NCAA tournament. It's just unbelievable. But I have to give all the credit to them. They've fought and battled, and put up with my mouth and me getting on them and yelling at them. I know at times they probably want to tell me to shut up, but I knew we had talent. I knew we had talent. Obviously, inexperience to the fact of playing in this type of environment, and for these young ladies who have never experienced winning, to never experience winning 20 games, to never experience winning one game in a conference tournament, to come here and win this today, it just shows just unbelievable resiliency by my team and by my coaching staff.
All right, Coach. I think we're going to go right to Zoom if we have it.
If you have any questions on the Zoom, just go ahead, use raise hand feature. We'll start with David Richmond, please.
Coach, very happy for you. It's been a great ride this year, especially the last few weeks. Can you talk about mental toughness? Mental toughness seems to be something you guys have had, especially this tournament, and I just wanted you to talk about that.
Yeah, I've been preaching all year to them that, it all starts in practice. And we're still growing in that aspect. But I tell them, I'm not a type of coach that believes in when the lights come on, we shine. We grind it out in practice every single day, regardless if we just played a game. If we're going to step on the court, we're going to go hard. We know no other way. And this is why we did it, to prepare for moments like this. And, coming into this game, I told them, I said, it's going to come down to the team that's the most mentally tough and the most physically tough. Both teams have played 3 games. Both teams play a very physical defensive style of play. And so at this point, everything's going to become mental. And, we scored 2 points in the first quarter. 2 points, but we kept getting stops. We kept rebounding. And we just made some winning plays down the stretch.
We'll go next to Bubba Rosenbaum, please.
About 7 minutes remaining in the first half. We were down 13-4. Talk about Alexia Rose coming off the bench, the spark she provided, back-to-back possessions. She took the ball strong to the basket and made a bucket.
Yeah, Alexia was huge coming off the bench. To come in, in that type of environment with the type of pressure and defense that they play, to come in and make the plays that she made, broke the press, got to the hole, got an and one, hit a 3, played some really good defense. I think this year, not that I think, but I know this is the deepest team that we've had. Isis Adams came off the bench and gave us some really good minutes. And, we knew we were going to have to go to the bench because we had some tired legs out there, and for them to be ready to go, to be ready to do whatever they had to do to help us win, just unbelievable. And I'm just so proud of these young women.
Other questions? Questions for the student athletes? Go back to David, please.
Tania, you've been so clutch in this tournament, and I love your game and the fact that you make some big baskets. I tell my son and daughter all the time to drive to the basket. You're like going through defenders, making plays, especially crucial in the first and second quarter, that first half. Can you talk about that?
I know that's what I do, so when they give the ball to me, that's what I'm looking to do. For my teammates, they believe in me to get the ball in that situation and attack the basket and do what I'm supposed to do. So,
For the student athletes as well, if each of you, could answer this, I'm sure you saw that you were picked 11th, in the preseason. A lot of times those predictions aren't far off from where they'd be, right? How was it that you were able to not fall into that trap of believing, what at least what other people thought about you?
That gave us motivation. Number 11 to championships, that's a journey. That is an amazing journey that not a lot of people can talk about. So the fact that we could tell our story is amazing.
Coach, are there any parallels that can be drawn there? Here, like you said, you had 2 points in the first quarter, but then you look and you held them to 11. Is there any kind of parallel you can draw between overcoming that kind of adversity season long versus sitting there after 10 minutes with 2 points on the board.
Yeah, and that's what we kept telling them. You know, we only scored 2, but they only scored 11. You know, we go in halftime, and I think we're down by 7, but, you know, we missed some free throws, we missed some layups, and, you know, we told them we just keep defending, keep rebounding the ball. Keep defending, keep rebounding the ball, and the ball's going to fall through the hole. I thought we got some offensive rebounds the first half. We kind of just chucked it up there instead of taking our time. I thought we settled down in the second half and just made some plays. I mean, the play at the end of the game, you know, when there's so many seconds left to go on the clock, 17 seconds or whatever it was, and we get 2 big stops. You know, that's who we are, and we do it every single day in practice. You know, we do a segment where, you know, defensively we have to get 10 stops before the offense scores 12, and we only get 1 point for a stop, where the offense gets a 2 or 3, you know, depending on what they score. And so that's what we kept saying at the end of the game. This is practice. This is practice. This is the first to 10. We got to get 10. We got to get 1 stop to win this. So, you know, we're built on defense. You know, when we score the ball really well, that's like an extra. But we're built on defense, and that's how we won the game.
We'll go back to Bubba for the next question, please.
This question's for Maya. Maya, talk about the emphasis on rebounding. I know, obviously, the game gets Memphis despite the win. Out-rebounded by 17 tonight, and you out-rebounded Houston 55-47, and you had 15 of those.
That's just what you do.
Sorry. Yeah, rebounding is what I do. My offense game wasn't on tonight, so I had to help my team do something. I had to contribute. To do something. Yep. Besides scoring.
Yep.
Good scoring. I'm sorry. I'm just.
And we say
excited.
and we say that all the time. You know, there's always ways you can help the team. You know, sometimes people get so caught up in scoring the ball, but, you know, we preach to our team all the time, like there's other ways that you can help. You can play defense, you can rebound, you can take charges, you can dive on the floor, you can make winning games. So, you know, we really preach not getting so hung up on the offensive end of the floor to find other ways. And she's been huge for us all season, rebounding the ball. In this tournament, she was definitely huge.
We'll go back to David for the next one. David Richmond.
I don't know if you ladies know this or not. I know you probably know it's the 3rd time in the history of the school to go to the NCAA tournament, 1982, 2007, and now it's great to say 2023 for you ladies. I don't know if you know this, but it's only the 4th time I believe in the history of the school to have a conference tournament. You're part of history, so I'm proud of both you and proud of Coach McNeil, Coach Corey, everybody, the whole staff has done such an amazing job coming in 4 years ago. I was on the bandwagon, a lot of people were early on. But I'm sure after tonight, there's going to be a lot of people with bandwagons. It's going to be kind of crowded on that bandwagon. But I hope there's more people. And how about the fans? The fans have really come out this year. I know for you, they're at Williams Arena, Minji's Coliseum. Can you talk about the fans? Because there's a lot of people it's blowing up on social media right now. Let me tell you.
Yeah, you know, I just thinking back to those last couple of games, it's just hard feeling. And I think back to my first year, and I remember specifically playing Memphis at home and coming, you know, 2 minutes left before we start the game and literally being able to count the amount of people in the gym. It was like 50 people. And, you know, we've worked really hard, you know, to try to build, you know, the attendance up because, you know, people in the stands help us in more ways than one. You know, when that crowd gets behind us, especially those last couple of games, chanting ECU, purple gold, I just can't say thank you enough to Pirate Nation, you know, for continuing to believe in us and them understanding that women's basketball at ECU is relevant. It's relevant now. We're here to stay. We are here to stay, and this is not the end. This is going to be a tradition from here on out. Thank you.
That's it. All right, thank you very much, Coach. Well, here's a shout out to your SID Cole for his help this week.
And thank you also to members of the media who hung with us till 12:33 a.m. Eastern Time to join us.
Can they have their cards?
Yes.
You can have your cards, guys.